WPSP. We Pick Sports. It's the We Pick Sports podcast. You're now tuning in to WPSP, the We Pick Sports podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to WPSP. I'm Chris Miller, a.k.a. Bill Skateboard. And we got our new guest here, Nick, over here.
Hi, I'm UB Nick, Pickle Nick, Brown Shit, Big B, Little B, Red Lobster Nick, GM Nick, Birch Brounscheidel. You know, I'm all around. I'm happy to be here, Chris. Thanks for having me. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah, it's good to be here. And those are only some of the names. There could be more coming down the pipeline. You never know. So, yeah, it's been a while since we've been on the podcast here. I think the last time was week 12, so we're officially in the last week. We're in week 18 of the regular season, and there's some people have clinched the playoffs, but there's still a lot left to be figured out here. And
absolutely.
So I'll just do a quick rundown of who's clinched. Actually, before I get to that, I forgot I was going to do some quick shout-outs. We got some other local entertainment industries just like us out there, grinding the grind, doing their thing. So
give them some love.
Yeah, give them some love to our other local entertainment industries out there. We got two big Twitch streamers out there. The first one I want to shout out is Big Sixer TTV. We'll put if you're watching the podcast, we'll put a thing out there. Put his username. Yeah, that's spelled BIG, the number 6 IXERTTV, and that's Mike Page. So if you like watching video games and stuff like that getting streamed, he has a real fun time out there with the boys and all that. He's usually streaming on weeknights, I think.
But what does he play, Chris?
He plays all sorts of stuff. He plays Madden, Call of Duty. I think is it Rainbow Six or whatever that's called.
A little bit of
Fortnite,
underleague football.
Yeah, and I think he takes suggestions too. And he's always talking to the boys, reading the comments. He's having a good time playing music.
He's a great variety streamer. He'll interact with you.
Yeah,
give him a shout out.
And then our other buddy, we got the PDJ. That is his Twitch thing right there. The PDJ. He does mostly iRacing. So if you're into iRacing, he's really into the iRacing. This week, he's doing a week of Rocket League and maybe some other suggestions because he actually just recently got banned from iRacing, but that happens all the time.
You know, you would think that after all the car trouble he had lately, maybe he'd stop with the car games, but...
Oh, no, it's just practice. It's just practice.
Yeah. Hitting the ball is like hitting a deer, you know?
Yeah.
You can do one, you can do it all.
And then local just to this podcast, myself, Bill Skateboard. If you're a current Bill Skateboard fan or future fan, I just put out a music video for a new song, remade of an old song, doesn't matter. I like the video more than the song, but it kind of gives some clues of the future Bill Skateboard project coming out. So if you watch that to the end, you'll get to learn what's happening next for some future Bill Skateboard projects.
Stay tuned and keep rocking on.
But, yeah, now we got all that local stuff out of the way. I'll get back to what I was saying about the playoff scenarios. Currently for the AFC, clinched is the Ravens with the number 1 seed. They can't even lose that now. And then you have the Dolphins, Chiefs, and Browns are all definitely going to the playoffs. On the NFC side, the 49ers have clinched the number 1 seed. And then also the Cowboys, Lions, Eagles, and Rams are all definitely going to the playoffs. And then we have this laundry list of teams that can still make the playoffs depending on how things play out this week, which is the Bills. They better fucking make it. Baby. All they have to do is win.
We dominated them last time, but we'll get there when we get there.
Squish that fish again. And then we got the Jags, the Colts, the Texans. 3 teams from the AFC South. That is just
the whole AFC has been a bloodbath.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's rough.
I am very surprised that there are this many teams still in such close contention for a playoff spot. I mean, you've got teams that are absolutely excellent that are on the verge of missing the playoffs, and that just almost shouldn't happen.
Yeah, like the swing with the Bills. If the Bills win, number 2 seed. But if the Steelers win or the Jags win, or maybe it's both, and the Bills lose, the Bills don't even make it.
And that's a team that's in many people's top 5 power rankings across the league.
I think the last odds were like 3rd to make the Super Bowl. I think
wild.
But then that last team in the AFC, the Steelers, they can still make the playoffs, and I don't think they deserve to be there.
They've been playing some sloppy ball, but you got to give it to Tomlin, man. He's been putting in some effort on that team.
And we'll get more into these teams once we get into the matchups. And then on the NFC side, just like the AFC South, the NFC South, the Bucks, Saints, and Falcons. 3 teams from
Yeah.
it can all still make it. And then you also have the Packers, Seahawks, and Vikings. So that's kind of painting the picture of how the playoffs are looking right now. Pretty chaotic. And then one other thing is Aaron might be sending in his video pics. Not sure yet. So we might be talking to a sign. We might be talking to a video. So we'll find out. With all that out of the way, I guess we'll dig right in. Let's see. We got 2 Saturday games. Saturday at 4:30. The first one up is the Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Baltimore Ravens, who will probably be playing their backups.
Yes.
And earlier in the season, Pittsburgh did beat Baltimore, even though Baltimore played a better game, but they had some lucky turnovers. And I think Pittsburgh, with Mason Rudolph, as much as I don't like Mason Rudolph, but I am a Steelers fan, second to the Bills.
Respect.
And I really wanted Pickett to be the guy, but they've been riding with Rudolph, and it's working. So I'm riding with Pittsburgh on this.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think I have to agree almost entirely because Baltimore has the 1 seed locked up. They have no reason to risk any of their players. Why not give a free win away, even if it's to a division rival? But, you know, Mason Rudolph has been looking very good as a quarterback. He's been looking like a mini Big Ben, standing still.
Yeah. Getting the ball out at least.
But Tomlin's been putting in some work on this team. He's been sticking to his guns, really trying to force it with all the options he's got. But what is it, 16 years as a
every year
positive 500, over 500 team?
Every year that he's coached the Steelers, he's always had a winning season. He's kept the record alive.
I mean, you got to give it to the man. He's got gumption. He's got everything you need to be an NFL coach.
Yeah.
And I think on a gimme game like this, the Steelers have to win.
Yeah, it'll probably be a tough, gritty game too, as usual with a Steelers.
Huntley's gonna
game.
fight.
Yeah, Huntley's got some. He's got some gusto to him. Mm-hmm. Aaron, what picks do you got to make?
What's up, WPSP? It's Aaron. Here to make my virtual picks. A little under the weather today, so couldn't make it into the show. So my first pick is definitely gonna be the backup Ravens. Gonna take out the Steelers. Bills need it bad, so sorry Steelers. First time I've picked out against you in a while, so I'm going with the Ravens. The backup Ravens are going to take them out.
Oh wow, okay. No,
kind of spicy.
Yeah. Next pick or the next game up is 8:15 for Saturday night. It's our last Saturday game. It's the Houston Texans against the Colts, and this has a lot of implications for both of these teams because they can both still make it. I think this game is really close. I see this as a coin flip game, but I'm going to ride with the Texans in a close one on this.
I'm the opposite side of a coin. This really could fall either way. I think the Colts, once they've gotten Jonathan Taylor back, they've really started to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Their defense has been doing well for them, and I think that they're going to perform. I love what the Texans have been doing all year. I do miss Singletary on there. He's been doing very good work for them. He's been pushing Pierce to the wayside.
Which is surprising, because Pierce was a beast last year.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He was the rookie pickup. He definitely got me into the playoffs in my leagues. But I think on this given day, the Colts are going to take it with that home field advantage.
And then, Aaron, to break this tie, what do you think? Are you going Colts or Texans?
Moving on to Houston versus Indianapolis. I've said it before, big Stroud guy. I don't know the playoff implications for the Bills for this one, so I'm just going to roll with CJ Stroud and the Texans. They'll get the job done.
All right, okay. I can see that. It finishes up our Saturday games. Now we're moving into Sunday, and we got a swath of 1 p.m. games. Let's see, we got 6 games here. The first one we'll do is another AFC South matchup. We got the Jacksonville Jags and the Tennessee Titans. Let's see, the Jags, are they still riding with C.J. Beathard, or is Lawrence out for the rest of the year? I
don't actually know.
I'm not up to speed. I made a stupid mistake last week in my pick'ems. I picked the Panthers to beat the Jags. That was a huge upset pick. I think Bryce Young got hurt too, so that didn't help.
Oh, I've been sleeping on the Jags a bit this year because they have been promising at times, but they really do love to flounder.
Yeah. I was high on the Jags early, and then low, and then high, like a roller coaster.
It's been up and down.
In this one, I know Tennessee's tough sometimes, but also Tennessee sucks sometimes. Tennessee is at home, though, and they play better at home. Either way, I'm going with the Jags, riding with the Jags.
I'm following you. I'm going to be right up there with you. I just don't. Derrick Henry's actually been looking kind of washed these past couple weeks. As much as I appreciate Mike Vrabel as a coach, his team's already out of the playoffs. They're not really fighting for much.
They should just tank for a draft pick at this point.
Yes, Jacksonville should be putting up a fight because they're fighting for their playoff lives. So I think they're the obvious choice in this matchup.
Which sucks because even with the Pittsburgh game earlier, it's like Pittsburgh I don't really want in the playoffs because I know they're not going to go far. I like them, but I want Pittsburgh and Jags to lose so the Bills can be safe. But anyways, Aaron, what do you think? Jags or Tennessee?
Jacksonville versus Tennessee. Another pick. Probably be a little homer for. Hopefully Tennessee can get the job done against Jacksonville just to secure the Bills their playoff spot before. Jacksonville's kind of been reeling, but they need this one, so I expect them to come out hard. But let's go Tennessee. Never would I ever thought I'd say that. Fuck Tennessee, but pulling hard for them this week.
Okay.
Can get behind it.
Yeah. And then what do we got up next? Another division matchup. It's the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Detroit Lions. Vikings just got stomped by the Packers.
I did not expect that one bit. I do think them playing their rookie QB straight out of his recovery from a concussion. I don't know if he had another injury as well because he was out for a while.
Oh, so that's what it was. Jaron Hall? Is that?
Yes.
He was out with it. Okay.
Because they started him when Cousins got hurt, and then he got hurt, and that's why
they got Josh Dobbs.
Yes, and that's where that whole escapade went. And
then Nick Mullins, and then.
So, I understand you want to get your rookie out there, but I mean, you've got playoff implications on the line. You don't have this time to gamble on the field like this, especially against a tough division opponent. And you got swept for it. You just got destroyed.
Which was really impressive by the Packers, considering how their whole receiver core has just been injured, and I've been impressed with their offensive line this season.
I mean, they're playing almost all rookies or second-year players, so hats off to Green Bay. But for this game, I think the Detroit Lions are definitely going to take the cake. I mean, they had an unfortunate ending to their last game against the Cowboys. I won't speak into much about that because it's kind of controversial. I mean, the refs definitely made a wrong call, but I don't think the Lions should have been there at that point of the game because of other calls.
A wrong call before.
Yes.
So.
But Detroit's been a powerhouse all year. Dan Campbell's been absolutely marvelous for their team. Jared Goff has been an excellent pickup since the trade.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough of him. Jahmyr Gibbs has been a baller.
Oh, yeah.
David Montgomery even been doing work. Hats off to the Lions.
Amon St. Brown on there,
They
too.
deserve to be in the playoffs. They're a potential Super Bowl candidate, and I am happy for that franchise.
Yeah, and I'm also riding with your pick. I'm going with the Lions on this one. I don't know if I'm as high as them being Super Bowl winners, but I think they definitely deserve to be in the playoffs. It depends what Lions you get. But I guess all the teams have been like that this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody can be a true Super Bowl winner other than the Ravens or the Niners right now, but.
And even they've had their bad days. I mean, the Niners have had some bad days too. So, yeah, okay. We're both going Detroit. I'm assuming Aaron will pick the same, but we'll see. What do you think, Aaron?
Kings versus the Lions. Felt like they just played. They did 2 weeks ago. Close game. Lions were able to eke it out. This time, I think Detroit will be playing their backup, so I think Minnesota? Skull? I just think Detroit will probably be playing their backups. They got the division locked up. I'm not sure what the playoff implications are, like seeding-wise. But if the starters play the whole game, I'm picking Detroit. If not, I think the Vikings have what it takes. So, Skull?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, yeah. After that, another divisional matchup. I think there's just a shit ton of divisional matchups for week 18.
For the final week,
yeah. This one, more implications. Atlanta at the Saints. The NFC South, like since we started the podcast at the beginning of the season, I was 1-1 for every divisional matchup I saw with these people.
They're not good teams. They're not terrible teams.
Yeah,
it's
hard to tell.
Any given Sunday on a team that you don't have any interest in and you don't know enough about.
And sometimes the Bucks, like the Bucks, have been pretty hot, which has been which is surprising because I was higher on the Saints at the beginning of the season with Derek Carr and everything going there. But
I had my hopes out the year before when Derek Carr got Devontae Adams, and I thought the connection was going to be there.
And they were still mid.
And then they were still mid, and I'm like, nothing can fix Derek Carr. So I've always been lower on the Saints. He's been doing good. Kamara back. Kamara's a trooper. I don't know about the rest of the team.
Yeah, I haven't really been following them. But yeah, for this Falcons-Saints game, it's two mid teams. I think the Saints will be the better mid team in this matchup.
I think I agree. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm just a Falcons and a Bijan Robinson hater. It's just sometimes you just love to hate, and I feel love to hate the Falcons.
And we'll see what Aaron says, but Aaron's been saying this whole year how Desmond Ridder and the Falcons are all dog water. So I think Nick and Aaron can agree on that. I'm not as much of a Bijan hater, but yeah, what the Falcons are doing with their team with the weapons they have is terrible.
They're ignoring people that definitely could be stars on other teams.
Hey, we've been saying this all season. They got Kyle Pitts, Drake London. Come on. But okay, so we're both going the Saints. I have a feeling Aaron will pick the Saints, but we'll see if he's rolling with the dog water this week. What are you thinking?
Atlanta, New Orleans. Big game, I guess. Can't stand either of them. Saints. We'll see.
Okay.
Right. Here.
Let's see. What do we got after that? Another divisional matchup. The New Jersey Jets going against the New England Patriots. And I will tell you what, I don't give a flying fuck about this game.
This could be the toilet bowl. Nobody really is interested. Maybe if Aaron Rodgers for some reason decided to come back off IR, it'd be a watchable game, but...
And he didn't even want to be activated off IR. Someone else in the team did that. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to play. Like, are you kidding me? Why?
But, the New England Patriots, what have they got going for them? They're back to their old backup QB now. There's their starting QB. They lost Ramondre Stevenson to IR. I don't know if Doo-Doo Shit Poopster's still on, still healthy. I think he missed last game.
He did, yeah. He was out then.
So
yeah, this is just a gross game. I don't care about either of these teams. These are probably my two least favorite teams besides the Bengals. I really hate the Bengals. But you got to pick someone, and I did the same thing earlier in the season. I rolled with the Patriots in this, and they did win it very close. So I'll ride with the Pats. Even it's an ugly defensive game.
It's a good defensive game if you're one of those people who likes those 0-3 score games. That could be you, but it's not for me. I will probably take the New Jersey Jets, though. Jete Jets, because they at least have some offense while having a great, competent defense. And that's all I'll say because I don't want any more poop on these hands.
Yeah, and then, Aaron, what's your poopy pick going to be for this poopy matchup?
Jets. New England. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Jets. They both suck. Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a poopy pick. Another divisional matchup coming right down the pipeline. I think this one's a little easier to pick.
One of the easiest matchups to pick in the whole league almost.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Like I said earlier, I made a stupid decision picking the Panthers last week. Not going to make that decision this week because I like what Baker's doing with the Bucs. He's been having a hell of a fucking season. As long as he's healthy, which I think the news article I just saw said he should be playing. So, I'm riding with Baker and the Bucs in this one.
Let the man bake. He's been cooking up some good stuff. You've got a perennial player in Mike Evans. He's always there for you, always consistent. And if not, you still got Godwin as a backup. Very good. You've got
Rashad White has been doing good.
Rashad White,
Rashad White, yeah.
He has been a highlight. I probably got him in the latest rounds of my fantasy play or teams out of all my players, and he's been performing excellent. Whereas Carolina, I mean, I don't really.
They shot themselves in the foot, man. What is that's a
Dude, who do they have?
shitstorm
DJ
over there?
Moore?
No, DJ Moore
Oh,
went to the Bears.
they gave him to the Bears.
Adam
Who did they
Thielen
get?
is their number
All right.
one.
Adam Thielen has been a highlight, but he's fallen off in
As of
the
recently.
second half,
And
or
Bryce-
maybe recently.
Bryce Young is injured, and they fired Frank Reich after 11 games. And they don't even get their first pick for being last because they traded it to the
They gave
Bears.
Yeah, there's not a lot to go towards the Carolina Panthers here, so I think the Bucs are the clear pick. And Aaron, just agree with us.
Tampa Bay, Carolina. Tampa Bay, not much to say. Carolina sucks. They're going to suck next year, too. They don't have any draft picks. I mean, they got a second round, which will be the first pick, but still, they suck. Not much help coming next year. Sorry, Carolina. You guys are going to suck. Tampa Bay is going to get it done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, of course, yeah. Another divisional matchup, and this is our last 1 o'clock game, is the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, these are two teams where they both had to bring in backup QBs. Now, one went with Joe Flacco, and because did they get him from practice squad on the Jets? I can't remember where they got
He
him
was
from.
on the Jets last year.
And then the other one went with Jake Browning, but the Jake Browning experiments kind of fizzed out.
Yeah.
But Flacco has been elite, 300-yard games every game he's played. And the Browns look dangerous and scary, and I'm not gonna lie, they freak me out. Like they could be Super Bowl contenders now.
Oh,
with
it's
Flacco
terrifying.
there and the weapons he has, and considering all that, I mean, I'm riding with the Browns winning
And
this one.
the scariest part, you didn't even touch the Browns defense in anything you said just now, and they
Yeah.
have. I think it's statistically the second best defense in football. I think they're the number one team in terms of yardage allowed. They allow the fewest yards. Don't quote me on anything, but their defense is insanely dominant, right up there with the Baltimore Ravens about playing beautiful football, not allowing anybody to get down the field. But Flacco's been slinging it all game.
Oh, yeah.
Or every game. I mean, you don't expect this stuff from a third or fourth string quarterback that you kind of just throw on the team. Their coaching turnaround has been excellent. Their QB turnaround has been surprisingly excellent because Deshaun was looking like a stinker. He really was.
Yeah.
A very expensive stinker.
$200 million down the drain.
But, I mean, the Browns are looking great, and I really don't see too much going towards the Bengals. I mean, the Browns are another favorite for making it farther in the playoffs. They're one of the teams you see in the top 5 of everybody's power rankings again.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with them.
Which is surprising because I was kind of like, I think the Browns are done for.
Oh, yeah.
And they had
Halfway through the
PJ
season,
Walker
I
out
didn't even
there.
want to care.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
They lost Nick Chubb, too, and we forget about that.
and that was
Yeah.
like week 3 or 2.
That might have been week 1 against the Steelers.
Steelers.
That's
Oh,
why
it
the
was.
Steelers won.
It was.
Because he broke his leg. Ugh. Yeah.
He turned into a horse. I don't think I've seen that before, except for...
Well, he did it same leg while he's in college at
College,
Georgia.
yeah.
Same exact legs. That's terrible.
And I love Chubb. He's probably one of my favorite individual players in the league. But the Browns need to bring him the trophy instead of him bringing the Browns the trophy like it usually looked like it was going to be every other year.
Yeah.
Because he's been almost the only shining light as of the past couple years. But I hope they give him something good.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. And Aaron, what do you got to say on that?
Cleveland is on a fucking tear. They're going to roll up against Cincinnati with nothing to play for. Can't imagine the Browns will be playing starters for too long. With that being said, I think Cincinnati will probably squeak it out. I think the Browns have that 5 seed locked up. They haven't really got nothing to play for. So I think they'll put in backups, and Cincinnati's back. Cincinnati's will probably be able to take out Cleveland's backups.
All right, word. All right, so that wraps up our 1 o'clock games. Now we're moving into a long list of 425 games. We got 7 of them here. Another divisional round matchup with Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Bears, with Justin Fields back, have been doing a little better. They've been stacking together some wins.
Yeah, they've been really piecing together their team. I mean, they made so many moves last offseason.
Because they were really taking a dump at the beginning of the season, but they're getting some wins. So maybe Fields is trying to prove you don't have to draft another QB this year. Maybe they'll draft another weapon or something.
And he's looking like he could be their starter going forward. I think he's promising now.
We'll see what happens. And then Jordan Love is looking like the future of the Packers too. Which, it's like, come on, why do the Packers get so lucky? All these starting QBs. We say it every podcast.
I really do think this development time is important.
Yeah.
Throwing these people to the wolves like Justin Fields was.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he was scrambling like a little hare getting chased by a fox or something last year.
His line's terrible. His defense wasn't helping.
Terrified. But what the Green Bay Packers are doing with Jordan Love, it's promising. He was given the time to develop. He was integrated. He's very coachable, at least. I mean, I don't know why you would keep him otherwise, than you're losing Aaron Rodgers. But he is definitely fitting into that puzzle. He is the perfect piece they need right now. Is he the piece to win a Super Bowl? Maybe.
We'll find out.
Not this year, though. I'll tell you that.
They can. I think they just win and they're in. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think they're not winning a Super Bowl this year.
They go against the Lions first.
And they'll probably get smoked.
Yeah,
it'll be close. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, with this game, I'm gonna ride with the Packers. I think it'll be close, like a one-score game, but I'm riding with the Packers.
I really can sympathize with the Packers this week after what they did to the Vikings last, but I'm starting to really warm up to Justin Fields. I think the Bears are starting to find their footing. I mean, better late than never.
yeah. Better than the Panthers. Just continue the tank.
And their defense is starting to hold up pretty well.
Yeah, especially with Sweat when they got Sweat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Packers defense hasn't been much to shake a stick at. So
yeah,
this could be a coin toss matchup. Divisional games, everybody's going to fight like hell. But I'm going to go with the Bears this one, just because of that old division hate.
Yeah, we'll see if they get it, because it's at Lambeau too. So we'll see if the Bears get it done at Lambeau. Aaron, what are you riding with? Cheese or Bears?
Chicago, Green Bay. Chicago's been playing pretty good. With that being said, Green Bay kind of owns them. So I think Green Bay will get it done. Jordan Love is going to pull out his nice balls one more time. They sort of have like a tiny shot to make it to the playoffs, so they're going to be playing tough. Jordan Love's balls all the way. Go Pack, go.
All right. Next divisional matchup again is Dallas Cowboys and the Manders, the Washington Manders. I don't have too much to say on this. I think Dallas will get the job done. I don't got much to say on them.
I mean, I agree. Dallas is going to get the job done. I think their last game was very wild, but you're facing another powerhouse team. I was really actually high on Washington when they started the year. I thought Sam Howell was looking like a dude. And he was. He was really flexing. He was throwing almost the most yards of anybody.
Yeah, he was way up there, like the top 4, top 3.
Yeah, but I mean, Terry McLaurin's finally starting to do stuff, but I feel like the rest of the team is starting to been taking the downturn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I mean, the Cowboys are just a very, very good team. It is away, but since they're not facing a good team, I think the Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah, and I know who Aaron's picking. He's going with Dallas on this one.
Dallas versus Washington. This is a grade A Dallas choke job right here. But I don't think they're going to do it this year. I think they'll take care of business against the feeble Commanders, the Redskins, whatever the fuck they're going to be called in the future. Cowboys will get the job done, and fly Eagles fly. They're going to be pissed.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Respectably so.
And here we go again, another divisional matchup. I'll just be saying that for the rest of this. Yeah, for the rest of this list. I'm going to keep saying it because why not? Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. This one, man, it could go either way. I mean, I get Denver doesn't have Russ in now because they don't want him to get injured, which kind of seems like they're planning on moving on from him, understandably so. But Vegas has had a resurgence since they redid the coaching and all that, which is
much
impressive.
Needed. Yeah. Absolutely, much needed. But, I mean, these are two teams where they fight each other all the time, and it goes back and forth every which way. The Denver Broncos have an excellent defense. Actually, the Raiders have a great defense in Max Crosby. Their front line their pass rush as well is just crazy, but I don't think they have any offensive power with Stidham, even though they have Devontae Adams, who's I still think one of the best receivers.
Well, Stidham's with the Broncos.
Oh wait, Stidham's with the Broncos.
No, that's what I was going to talk about though. It's like deja vu because last year what happened at the Raiders, they cleared house. Was it Gruden? Was Gruden there last year and they got rid of him, John Gruden?
Yeah.
And they benched Derek Carr because of the injury clause, and they started Stidham for the rest of the season.
Okay, so that's why I'm just like...
Yeah, it's deja vu because they're doing the same thing at the Broncos now, and now Stidham's playing against the Raiders. Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if that... with the new coach, I don't think it's going to offer too much glimpse into what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I think the beginning of the season, this was a close one. I picked the Raiders at the beginning of the season because I said the Broncos were going to go 0-6 to start the season, and the Broncos lost. It was 17-16, I think.
Ooh,
Broncos
that's
lost. Close. So I think it'll go the other way this time, and I think Broncos will get it done in a 1-point game.
These teams are both fighters. The Broncos have been surprising me more often than not, so I think they will come out ahead of this time.
Yeah, and they surprised me one time a lot. They really pissed me off, and that's when I was at the Bills game.
You went to that one?
That was the one Kyle hit me up right when I got home from work. He's like, hey, I got an extra ticket. Want to go? And I was like, yeah, just got home. And they picked me up. I went there, and I was like, oh, man.
You know, I don't know which loss I would have rather gone to.
That was a rough
the London
one.
Game where we lost Milano, or that and Daquan Jones, but he's back now. Or this game with the Broncos, the Bills versus Broncos, because that was just gut-wrenching.
Especially when you got Cody Galton in your fantasy football group chat.
Yeah, any Broncos fan is not a good friend.
No, we'll let him ride when he's riding.
All right.
Depends. I don't think he gave us too much shit.
I'm not giving Richard Nixon too many props this year.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he's pro. In case you didn't know, we're all in a fantasy football group. There's 10 of us in there. And Cody Galton is the toilet bowl loser this year. So he gets to be Richard Nixon, and he does a polar plunge in Rochester this coming February. So he gets to wear a Richard Nixon mask. He's going into some frigid fucking
It's going to look great. I am going to laugh my behind off.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Richard Nixon. So wait, did you ride?
I'm Broncos.
Broncos. All right. So we got two. Let's ride,
baby.
So Aaron, what are you riding or not?
Denver versus Vegas. Not making a pick for this game. They both are trash ass motherfuckers. Just kidding. Go Denver just because they're trying to tank. Denver.
All right. Let's see. Another divisional matchup. We got the
surprise!
Philadelphia Eagles and the Giants. The Eagles, are they kind of a little fraudulent? I mean, they're falling apart.
Who did they lose to last
week?
Cardinals.
The Cardinals, 35 to something.
And I can respect these divisional games, or not divisional games. I don't even know why I said that. I can respect the Cardinals. They fought hard randomly throughout the year.
They did.
Especially when they had Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
They were pulling off some sneaky performances. And they weren't really winning, but they were fighting. But to see that what they did against the Eagles is concerning. I mean, that's a team that last year had an absolutely dominant defense. And they were doing the same for most of this year, but you can't be fumbling like this late in the year to teams of this caliber. And it's very concerning. I think I can't pick the Cardinals.
Or the Giants.
We're talking about the Giants. I don't know why.
Well, we were just talking about the Cardinals because they just beat the Eagles.
Yes. All right. So the Eagles are definitely looking fraudulent. But the Giants, that's the divisional game. All right.
Yeah.
The Giants...
It's the Giants, man.
It's the defense.
They got Tyrod back now, I think.
And so they put up 25 points.
Who did they just play? Did they win or lose? Or I don't even know.
I have this somewhere. Giants. Quick intermission. They've lost by 1 point. Rams 26, Giants 25.
Oh, to the Rams.
That's what the mild matchup was. At a couple points, I think, during that game, the Giants were winning. And the Rams are another playoff team.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, The Rams were surprisingly good this year, considering how much they've gutted themselves since winning their Super Bowl. But the Giants definitely held up a good fight there. They're looking promising, and even though it's a divisional game, I can't pick against the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree.
Their offense is too high caliber, and their defense can perform. We know they can perform. If they keep playing at this level, I think we have bigger concerns for the Eagles going into the playoffs. If they lose to these Giants, it's going to spell bad things in the future.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Eagles. And I remember earlier this season, I was talking about the Eagles were getting these wins. They're stacking the wins together. I think they were like 9 in a row or whatever. And I was like, once they turn the Jets on, just imagine when these Eagles are full blast. And the opposite happened. And so we'll see what happens. This is, like you said, the wrong time to be getting shittier.
Yes.
But, I'm also going with the Eagles. Aaron, what do you got to go with?
Philly versus the Giants. Once again, I feel like they just played, so I'm not sure why they're playing immediately again, but Philadelphia is still too good for the Giants. They'll get the job done. Fly, Eagles, fly. They'll be happy about this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another divisional round matchup. The Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. I could with the fight the Cardinals put up, I didn't really pay attention to it, but they got Kyler Murray. I don't know how he did, but I mean he's better than when they had Josh Dobbs. And the Seahawks just lost to Pittsburgh, and I don't know if that's just because of Pittsburgh's defense and the Mason Rudolph resurgence. But with this one, and this is probably an upset pick, I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this.
Wow.
Yeah. Upset of the week.
The Seahawks have been firing up after a slow start. They have had a couple rocky games, but they've also been beating some great teams.
Yeah.
I believe they were the ones who beat the 49ers recently.
I think so. I know the 49ers, they went through that 3-game skid, I remember.
Yeah. I can't quite remember who else the Seahawks beat recently, but they've been putting up some good performances right when you need it at this time of year. Again,
49ers beat the Seahawks on the 10th at least.
On the 10th week or
December 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, 49ers beat the Seahawks both times this year. But the Seahawks were beating some
maybe
people.
It was the Eagles?
It was.
It was
because
the Eagles. That's what it was.
I switched my pick last second, and that helped me win a lot of my pick'em leagues that week. Yeah.
My pick'ems are going bing.
Yeah, I tanked last week. But that's what happens when you pick the Panthers.
And anyways, Cardinals, just stop playing. Get some good picks.
Honestly, yeah.
Help yourself.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm having to say this for a couple of teams because there's a lot of teams still fighting for their chances, and there should be teams that are just laying dead on the floor, letting themselves get beat, and I think the Cardinals are one of those teams.
Yeah.
Take the beating.
You're already in off season now. It's draft picks, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're going with Seahawks?
I'm Seahawks.
All right. Aaron, what are you going with?
Seahawks. Fuck you. I fucking hate your guts. Couldn't even beat the feeble-ass fucking Steelers with Mason Rudolph in at quarterback. Ugh. Playing against the Cardinals. I hope you guys fucking win. Just to ruin your draft pick even worse, since you don't want to make it to the playoffs because you can't beat the feeble-ass fucking Steelers with fucking Mason Rudolph. I hope you win, so you have a worse draft pick, Seahawks.
Okay.
Wild.
Yeah. Then we got another matchup, divisional matchup. The Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. This one, like we mentioned earlier, the Rams, now that they're mostly healthy, they're a tough, spunky team. I mean,
absolutely.
A dangerous playoff team. I don't think they're the best or anything, but very dangerous.
I think they're a dark horse for the NFC. I mean, Puka Nacua, insane season, great name, beautiful hair.
Yeah.
What's not to love? He's basically like a Cooper Kupp 2.0.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's quite an upgrade, but he's looking amazing. I mean, absolutely rookie highlight.
Oh, yeah.
Most receptions for a rookie, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right, because he was just setting records.
Oh, yeah. Records left and right. I mean, Kyron Williams has been
a monster. 3 touchdowns last week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these Rams, and Stafford's been playing like Super Bowl self. He's a Super Bowl champion quarterback.
He's got the ring.
He's definitely can sling the ball, and if he's firing on all cylinders during this playoffs, watch out. As for the 49ers, they're the locked-in 1 seed.
So they should be benching their starters.
Yep. I mean, both of these teams are in the playoffs. They might be, or the Rams might be playing for a better spot.
Yeah, they could be.
But if the Niners are sitting everybody, it should definitely go the Rams' way. Although the Niners are definitely a scary team.
Yeah.
Don't count them out. Even with their backups, they're still an incredibly well-coached team. Kyle Shanahan's running an incredibly tight ship over there. He's focusing on development across all fronts for all those players, so I wouldn't be surprised if their backup started firing.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think with somebody like CMC and Brock Purdy sitting out with,
CMC MVP.
Actually, I think I read something earlier today that Debo said that the starters were going to play.
Oh, no shit.
So now that I'm remembering this, even then, without CMC, I think the Rams or the Niners are going to take it easy, and the Rams are still going to run away with it.
Yeah, and I think since Sean McVay kind of has Shanahan's number too.
Oh yes, and there's a lot of history.
All that, I'm also riding with the Rams. Aaron, what are you going with?
Rams, Niners. Niners the better team, but they're probably going to bench their good players. I might as well keep Brock Purdy out there. You don't need him. A little bit of Brock Purdy hate because he's a system quarterback, but good for him. He's doing good. Hope he keeps doing good. But still, 49ers, if they weren't playing their backups, would win, but the Rams have a lot to win, like a lot to lose if they lose, so they're going to win here. Rams.
All right, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2 games left. This is the last game of the 4:25 slot. We have the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry, Mikey. This one, the Chargers just lost to the Broncos, right? Is that what just happened?
That sounds right. Yeah.
They're falling apart.
They already got rid of their coach a couple weeks ago, which was much needed.
I'm surprised they didn't do that last year.
They've been struggling with the same issues over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, how many times can you tie your shoes wrong and trip over them?
Yeah.
Really.
And the Chiefs have been struggling this year. They look like a shell of what they normally are. But,
it hurt with Tyreek Hill gone, but they still won a Super Bowl without him. But, they were getting help from people like Doo-Doo Shit Poopster.
Yeah.
He is doo-doo shit.
But he can catch better than Kadarius Toney. Apparently.
Yes, he can catch.
Rashid Wright.
Rashid Wright has been growing.
Yeah, he's good.
Probably going to be their number one going forward.
Yeah.
And, Kelsey is aging.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, he's a great player, but...
He's probably past his peak, do you think?
I think he is. We're in the Taylor Swift era. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to hold up anymore.
He's going to settle down?
Mahomes is still Mahomes.
Yeah.
But if you don't have everything else surrounding you, you at least need some pieces.
Yeah. You can't do it all on your own. But I think you can when you're going against these Chargers.
Easton's not going to stick it to him.
No.
I'm going Chiefs.
I'm also going Chiefs. What about you, Aaron?
KC versus the Chargers would be a really exciting game if it wasn't 2024 now, and neither one of them are too special, but Chiefs will still be dangerous in the playoffs, so keep your head out for the stupid freaking Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Need to get Travis Kelce involved. Not that I don't care anymore since fantasy year's over and he's a wash. Travis Kelce is overrated now. He's old man and he's too busy getting his dick wet with fucking Taylor Swift. I hope they lose. And Travis Kelce, you can get hurt now. Just kidding. I don't want you to get hurt. You're kind of fun. Good for the game.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. All right. All those games are done. Now it's the only game that matters. It's the Sunday night football game at 8:20. The Buffalo motherfucking Bills going against the stinky, stinky Miami Dolphins.
Squish the fish.
We squished them before when they came here. We
dominantly.
And that was right after they dropped 70 on the Broncos. And we said, no.
We defend the Broncos. You hear that, Cody?
Yeah, you hear that, Cody?
We're here for you.
Yeah, we ride for them Broncos.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. But, man... This game seems scary because the Dolphins just got absolutely shellacked by the Ravens. They're going to be pissed.
Not surprising, to be honest.
No, the Ravens are terrifying. They're going to be pissed, though, and they're in Miami. But Buffalo is just...
We have their number. We've been owning them for a couple of years. I think Josh's entire career
I think
we've
so.
been owning them. We put up 20 points. It was like 50,
They
30.
did get us last year, though, in that super hot game. When
Yes,
it was
yes,
Isaiah,
I do remember.
Isaiah McKenzie didn't run out of bounds. He tried to get more yards, so we couldn't kick the field goal. That's when Dorsey was like slamming his shit all over
he
the
threw
place.
the tablet?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make excuses, but playing on a sideline that's
100
15 degrees
billion
warmer
degrees.
than the other teams sucks.
Yeah.
But this is a winter game in Miami. Weather should not be a factor.
And the number 2 seed is on the line. The AFC East is on the line. And I think Josh will come in clutch finally. We've been struggling on offense lately.
Yes.
Props to our defense for getting us through. We needed those turnovers last week.
Douglas.
Oh, my God. Thank
baby.
God we got him.
Excellent pickup.
Oh, yeah.
Probably one of the highlight pickups of the year.
Thank you,
There's been
Packers.
some great ones, like Joe Flacco. But
Yeah.
with Miami losing Nick Chubb at the end of their last game,
Bradley Chubb.
Bradley
Yeah.
Chubb, that's going to hurt them because our offensive line has been doing good things for us this year.
They have. We're like it was only 20 sacks allowed from our offensive line, I think, this year.
so. Who was it? Deion
Super
Dawkins
low.
is being a dog.
Yeah. And our Spencer Brown's even been being a dog.
He's
Like,
huge. Oh, my gosh.
I'm glad we've waited on him. And
Yes, I
finally
think
seen it
he
through.
definitely had a rocky start.
Lots of holding.
It was, yes, that's a couple of games have been painful to watch early on because of him specifically, but he's been coming into his own, and we've had some of the best health, and we have great depth still at this part of the year. I don't think Miami's defense is going to be able to hold up to us. I think they also have a couple injuries in their secondary.
Yeah, I think probably. Yeah. But yeah, I think this will be a tough game. It's going to be like all these Bills games this year, where even if we start doing stuff good at one point, by the end of the game, except for the Cowboys game and a few in the beginning of the year, but for the most of the games, our blood pressure is going to be through the roof, and we're going to be pissed and freaking out. But I think at the end of it, we're going to be celebrating because the Bills are going to get the job done, and we're going to carry that momentum, and we're going to hit the playoffs fucking running. So I'm going with the Bills, baby.
I am also going with the Bills. I mean, we're hometown kids. We love the Bills. But I really think Josh is going to come back a little angry after his honestly
kind of a
terrible performance last week.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah.
And so I think we're going to keep up our momentum from earlier in the year, and we're actually going to put on a dominant performance on Miami. So,
Yeah.
Bills, baby.
Go Bills, baby. And we all know what Aaron's going to say, but let's hear him say it. Let's get that hype train.
And the main event of the evening, get Bruce Buffer out here. Your Buffalo fucking Bills, who have never had a doubt with, like never. My pick to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, still going to be my pick. Need to fucking win this game. We're playing the fucking Finns. We own them. Josh is like 12-2 against them, 35-something touchdowns or something like that. He's just going off against these guys, and he's going to make them their sons again. Josh Allen is too much for these fucking bitch-ass fucking Finns. The Dolphins are going to lose, and then they're going to lose the first round of playoffs against whoever the fuck they play, because they're bum-ass motherfuckers. Bring on whoever we play as the 2 seed, because your Bills are going to be the AFC division champs again, and the Dolphins, the LOL Finns, are going to choke again. Fuck you, Miami. Go Bills. Bills Mafia. It's time. It's time. We're going to fucking win this shit, and that's all there is. Josh Allen, let's get a big week out of you. I think you fucking choked the MVP away last week by playing dog shit. You need to play better. We need you. We need you to be the best Josh Allen you are. Stephon Diggs, get involved. I don't know whether it's the offensive play calling or what's going on, but we need you. We need you bad. Get out here and start fucking doing this shit. Let's go Bills. AFC champs. Again. East champs again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Hype it
So,
up.
go Bills. With all that, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And, yeah, we'll catch you in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah. Go Bills.